Freedom Caucus is dead. The House Freedom Caucus was a very powerful conservative caucus in the House of Representatives, founded in 2015 mostly by members of the Tea Party. Jim Jordan was its first chairman, if that gives you a picture. During the first Trump presidency, the Freedom Caucus was a bit of a thorn in Trump's side. They pushed back on a lot of his legislation, usually because it was too expensive or didn't go far enough in cutting government spending. The Freedom Caucus was also responsible for ousting Kevin McCarthy as Speaker in 2023. They put up a symbolic fight against the budget bill earlier this year, but they all caved, and now they're running from Congress. Andy Biggs is going to run for governor. Ralph Norman is going to run for governor. Byron Donalds is going to run for governor. Another one bites the dust. Chip Roy is going to run for Attorney General in Texas. These are the most outspoken and politically powerful members of the Freedom Caucus. With them out, the Freedom Caucus is dead, which means that Trump has successfully pushed out the last remaining opposition to him in the Republican Party. Of course, Trump has no political future after this, but these folks would like to, so home they run to try to regroup and wait for fairer winds. Seems kind of odd that the most conservative members of the Republican Party would be running from Donald Trump. But that's because right-wing populism, under which we are currently living, doesn't have any real ideological foundation. There are no policies to speak of. So the Freedom Caucus's commitment to decreasing government spending is not actually represented by any of Donald Trump's priorities. It's tempting to continue to look for ways like these that the Republican Party continues to betray its values. But it's helpful to remember the Republican Party doesn't have values anymore, because right-wing populism has no values. It's an identity-based ideology entirely focused on racial grievance. And for Donald Trump, it is a tool that he is using to stay out of prison and enrich himself and his friends.